Okay, so good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, so stretching today. So with the group so far, we're gonna do some stuff between standing stretches and lying down stretches. But first of all, we're just going to take a nice, slow, deep breath in. So inhale, slowly, slowly inhaling all the way up over the head. So reaching the arms over the head and exhale. As you inhale, inhale into your rib cage. So inhale, nice and deep, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. Deep, 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 breathing in. And exhale slowly, 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 breathing out all the way down. And again, inhale, nice and slow and controlled. Good morning, sister. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in, all the way up. And exhale, breathe it down slowly. Last time, I want you to breathe in all the way up. Now hold it here, hold your breath, hold it in. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Hold the exhale, hold it, breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And again, inhale. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And exhale slowly down. Pulling the abdominals in, holding that exhalation. And then again, last time, breathe in, up. And then just reach it up, reach it up. So breathing normally, stretching up, stretch, 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 stretch it up, reach it up, lengthen, 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 lengthen. Good. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Now take your arms out to the side, reach it out. Open the legs so you're just with wide legs, feet firmly planted on the floor, reaching out to the side. I don't know why we have bad connection today. We don't have any other computer device on. Reach it out, reach it out, reach it out. Stretch, 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 stretch. Good. And then circle the arms, big, slow circle. Bringing the arms all the way up over the head and circling down. Good. Inhale all the way up, exhale all the way down. Breathing in, up, and exhale down. One more time, breathe in, up, exhale down. Change direction, breathe in, up, exhale down, breathe in, up, exhale down. 2 more, breathe in, up, exhale down, and again, and exhale down. Good. Now I want you to circle your wrists. Okay, circling the wrists around and around. Relaxing your shoulders. Circle, wiggle your fingers. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the fingers. Moving into your elbows. So we're just warming up into all the joints of the body. Circle the elbows around the other way. Good. Circling the shoulders, just bringing them up and down and around, up and down and around. We're going backward with the shoulders. Good, and rest it there. Hands on your hips, please. And then circle your hips around one way. We're just doing a nice little bit of mobility to get us going. Circling around one way, and then circling around the other way. And then around the other way. Good. Now take it side to side, side to side, side to side. I'm sorry if it's freezing. I'm freezing a lot. I hope it's not freezing for you, but I'm here and I'll keep verbally telling you what's going on. So just moving through the hips. Now try and separate the hips from the ribs, okay? Doesn't matter how you do it, but I want the hips to go one way and the ribs to go the other way, okay? So we're moving, I'm just trying to get separation through the hips and the ribs. So we're just warming up through the spine. Good. Now I want you to round the back forward, shoulders hunched forward and open the back. Thoracic parts of the spine, down and open, down and open, down and and 2, and 1. Good. Rest it down. Now from there, I want you to lift up your knee. Lift up the knees, circle out. Change legs, lift the knees, circle out. I'm going to show you a lower view. So we're just lifting the knees, circling out. Lift the knees, circle out. Good. Lift, circle back. Lift, circle back. Good. Circle back. Circle back. It's always good to have the warm before you stretch. That's why in yoga they usually do a few, change direction, bring the leg forward, bring the leg forward. This is why in yoga they do a few sun salutations to get the body warmed up before they get going into the deep stretches in the yoga class. That's good. Lifting forward, lifting forward. Now I just want you to kick the leg out. Just stepping from one leg to the other. So you're step and kick, step and kick, step and kick. Good. That's it. Kicking out, kicking out. Now, as you're doing this, just think about your posture. Standing tall, shoulders are rolled back, abdominals are pulled in, your spine is long. Okay? Now just swing your arms by your side. So I'm kicking the leg and I'm swinging my arms. So it's a kick and swing, kick and swing, kick and swing. So kick and swing, kick and swing. Good. So we've got the whole body moving. And that little bit of a rotation in the upper body as you're swinging the arms. Good. Nice and gentle, nice and relaxed. Good. That's it. Okay, now I want you to come to a roll down. So I'm going to bring you up a little bit. We're going to roll down. So standing nice and tall, shoulders roll back. Breathe into your abdomen, into your rib cage. So expanding as you inhale into the ribs. Now exhale, bring the chin to the chest, the shoulder. You're slowly, slowly coming down to the floor. Slowly, slowly, slowly coming down. Good. Now once you're bent over and your knees are bent, I want you to then inhale again and then roll it up. Exhale. So as you're rolling up, you're breathing out, pushing into the heels, slowly lengthening up through the body, vertebra by vertebra, until the last thing to come up is the chin away from the chest. Again, inhale into your rib cage, exhale, chin to chest, roll it down, slowly in control, rolling down. The crown of the head is dropping to the floor. The head is nice and relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed. Inhale again into the rib cage. And exhale, push into the heels, slowly rolling up, stacking the vertebra, vertebra on top of vertebra, straightening up the knees and rolling back the shoulders and lifting up the head. One more time, inhale, exhale, roll it down, slowly in control, breathing out as we go down. Inhale, and again, exhale. Slowly curling up, pulling the abdominals in, tucking the hips under, stacking the vertebra on top of vertebra on top of vertebra, rolling out the shoulders, bringing up the head and neck. Very good. Okay, we're going to add on to that movement. I'm going to give you a bit more of a view of the mat. So now, I'm just going to check who's in. Just bear with me 1 second, just checking who we have with us. Okay. All right, so at the end of your mat, please, you're going to take again a nice big inhale, take the arms over your head. So inhale, lift the arms up over the head. And now exhale, bring the arms down to your side, lowering the chin to the chest, dropping the shoulders forward, bending your knees, slowly coming down to your mat. And you're going to walk forward on your mat. Walk with your hands. You can bend your knees. You're walking forward, forward, forward. You can allow the knees to drop on the floor if you wish, or you can keep the legs out straight, okay? All right, so from here, you're going to lower the body to the floor. So like I say, you can let the knees down, or you can come into a push-up, whatever suits you best. Rest your body on the floor here. Now, look up with your head, lifting the head up, very slightly looking forward. So you're coming into a cobra. Your legs are extending out behind you. You're looking forward, your hands are placed on the floor underneath your shoulders. You're going to inhale, tuck your toes underneath your feet. Exhale, lift up onto your knees, and then lift up onto your toes, coming into a down dog position. Okay? So I'm not a yoga teacher, but I'm just taking you through these nice, we're doing a stretch class rather than a yoga class, okay? So I don't want you to worry about principles of yoga or anything like that right now. Just follow me, thinking more stretch than anything else. Now, whilst you're here in this down dog position, I want you to push your heels alternating, one heel then the other, down into the floor. Okay, so you're pushing one leg and then the other leg, pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. That's good. Getting a nice big stretch through your spine. Now you're going to slowly walk your hands back to your feet. Walking all the way back to the feet. Inhale and exhale. Roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Inhale, arms up all the way over the head. Good, and again, exhale, arms come down to the side, bringing the chin to the chest, looking down to the floor. Slowly start rolling down, bending your knees, coming down, down, down. Once you get to the floor, inhale again, and exhale, walk your hands to the end of your mat as you exhale. Coming down into a plank on your knees or on your toes, whatever suits you, and then lower the body flat to the floor. Hands are underneath your chest or underneath your armpits. You're then going to push with your hands, lifting your head and chest away from the floor, looking out in front. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. Hold that position. Now, take one arm out in front and lengthen out your opposite leg. So you're just reaching through the stretch. Stretching out, reaching, opposition, the head's still lifted. The other hand is still underneath your armpit. So I have my left hand underneath my armpit, my right leg along the floor, and reverse it. So you're coming to the opposite side. Extending now, I'm extending left arm, right leg, reaching out. My chest is still slightly lifted away from the floor. I'm looking out in front, reaching, and release it down. Tuck your toes underneath your feet, lift onto your knees or straight up onto your toes into the plank position, and then back into your down dog position. Good. Now bend your knees and lift your buttocks high up to the ceiling. So your knees are bent down and pushing the palms of my hand into the mat, pushing back, and my knees must keep the knees bent just to get a really big long stretch to the spine. Now try and straighten your knees as much as you can. Hold that stretch. Keep it there. Keep it there. Heads drop to the floor. And bend and straighten the knees. So you're alternating, pushing one heel to the floor, then the other. Push down, push down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees to the floor and sit back on your heels, keeping your hands on the floor, reaching your fingers forward as your hips come back down to your heels. Your opposition again, the arms are stretching in one direction, your spine, your hips are stretching in the other direction. Coming into a child pose. Now you're taking the crown of your head down to the floor, looking to your feet. So the crown of the head is to the floor, looking towards your feet. And then I want you just to sit up with your buttocks and sit down. So you're rolling on the crown of the head, but very lightly, no pressure, no pushing down onto the head. Okay, it's just very light, coming up with the hips and down, just getting a little bit of a stretch into the back of your neck. Okay, very light, very, very light. If you have any pain or discomfort in any of these stretches, stop, okay? Stop, and I'll keep an eye on the screen, see if I can see you. Okay, then from there, try to bring your chin to the mat. Okay, you may need to go a little bit further forward onto the mat. You may not get there. You may just get the forehead, which is fine. Okay, if you can get the chin, great. If not, just rest your forehead on the mat and reach your arms as far forward as you can, stretching out, reaching, 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 reaching. Feeling a stretch or an opening up in the upper back as you come into the stretches. Now also try and remember with each move or each lengthening of your stretch, breathe into it. So you inhale through your nose and then you exhale through your mouth, and you can even make a noise as you stretch deeper into your stretch. If that feels like it's going to help you relax, then do it, do it, do it. Okay, so just letting your body relax as much as you can into the stretches. Okay, now come up onto your hands and knees from that child position, child pose position. So now my hands are directly underneath my shoulders, my knees are directly underneath my hips, and I'm going to round my back up into a cat stretch. So I'm lifting the spine up, rounding, my chin's coming into my chest, the pelvis is tucking forward, the tummy button is pulling deep inside, getting a nice long rounding, the crown of the head is dropping down to the floor. Good, rounding the back, hold it there, hold it there. Now, flatten the back, and then drop back down. So the belly back down toward the floor, and I'm looking up in front. Shoulders are pulled back, so shoulder blades are coming toward the spine. So getting a nice sort of lengthening through. Now, around the back. Inhale, exhale, lower the back. So belly button coming to the floor, looking up in front. Inhale, exhale, round the back. Inhale, exhale, lower the back. One more time. Inhale, exhale, round the back. Inhale, exhale, lower the back. Good. Now take one step forward with your hands closer to the end of the mat. Step forward, and now you're going to make a big circle with your hips. So you're rolling on your knees. If you need more cushioning underneath your knees, double or bend the mat, fold the mat a couple of times underneath the knee position so you have a bit more support. You're going to roll the hips, roll on the knees, circling the hips around one way. Try to get as close to your heels as possible and then as close to the floor as possible. Okay, so you're going all the way back and all the way out to the sides. Now, change direction. Go out and around, trying to get the hips as far across from one side to the other as possible. Now, if this is really too much for the knees, you can lie on your back, tuck your knees into your chest, and guide your knees around with your hands. So you place your hands on top of your knees and guide them around in a circle. Okay? So we always have options. I will try and give as many options as possible. Okay, circling around wherever you are. And then hold it back. So if you're lying on your back, pull the knees in tight. If you're on your hands and knees, sit back into child pose. Reaching the arms out in front of you. Getting that nice big lengthening, nice big stretch. Good. Now I want everybody on their hands and knees, and I want you to take, so you're sitting back on your heels, better visual, sitting back on your heels. If you can, take your hands onto your heels and lift your hips up, okay? Or option number two, you're on your hands, you're going to come up and you're going to reach back, hand to one heel, and if you can, hand to the other heel. If that's not a possibility, hands on the hips and just leaning back, okay? So we have, stay in whichever position you're in, but if you're lost, I'm going to come back. So you're sitting back on the heels, hands on the heels, and you're pushing through, okay? If that doesn't work, you're on your hands and knees, you're lifting up, you're reaching back. One hand to the heel and the other hand to the heel. If that doesn't work, place your hands on your hips, so your thumbs are behind your hips. Push with your thumbs, push the hips forward and lean back, okay? And so we're just opening up the front chain of the body. Okay, we've had it closed, so now we're just stretching it out. Come back onto all fours. Everybody onto all fours. Lengthen out the body. Lie yourselves down on your mat with your hands underneath your forehead. Pull the abdominals in tight. Lengthen out the legs. Lifting the legs, so you're just giving them a lengthening out. Wiggle yourself so you feel nice and long lying on the mat. So you don't feel crunched up. I want you to try and feel like you're lengthened on the mat. So if you're just lying down, you may get a little bit of crunch once you sort of start to feel the body. So I want you just to wiggle around, feel that you're really lying nice and long. Extend your arms out in front. Legs are extending out behind you. And I want you to reach, right arm, left leg, stretch it out, reach it out, lengthen, 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 release. And then the other diagonal, left arm, right leg, stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out, and release. Sometimes we get into a bigger stretch when we work the muscles a little bit. So here we go, stretching out, right arm, left leg, stretch, 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 stretch. Inhale, relax. Exhale, stretch. Left arm, right leg. Stretch, 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 stretch. And release. And again, lengthen it out. Reach it through. Stretch, 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 stretch. And release. And last time. Left arm, right leg. Reach it out. Stretch it out. Lengthen through. And release it. Now, again, place your hands underneath your forehead, lift your right leg up and take it over the left, okay? So the right leg is coming up to the ceiling and then we're twisting behind. So you're getting a nice long stretch through the thigh, into the hip. So we're kind of targeting the hip flexor here and you may feel a little bit of a twist in the spine, which is good. As long as it's not a knife pain, you're good to go. Okay, stretching can be hard. It can be equally as hard as some of the other workouts we do. So you just have to feel your way through it. Take it nice and slow and let your body relax into the stretch. And that's where the breathing comes in, very helpful. So nice, long, deep breaths to allow, enable the body to relax into the stretch. Bring the legs slowly back, lengthen it out, and now we're going to come to the other side. You're going to bend the left leg, lift it up, and then twist it over the right leg. So we're trying to get the leg down to the floor, toward the floor, behind us. Creating a little bit of a stretch through the hip, and maybe even into the lower back. You may also feel it in the chest, because you're stretching, you're twisting the body. So just breathe into it, nice long deep breaths. Just trying to allow the body to relax into the stretch. Good, and slowly bring it back. Lengthen the leg along the floor. Reach your arms out, both arms, both legs. Stretch them out along the floor. Walking your fingers as far forward as you can. Walking the toes out in the opposite direction. Lengthening out, reaching through, stretching out. And then bring your hands, slide your hands all the way back underneath your shoulders or armpits. Tuck your toes under. We're going to lift all the way up into a down dog. You can go onto the knees first if you wish. Or you can just go straight back into your down dog position. Okay, push the palms of your hands into the floor. Push your heels down into the floor. Okay, that nice long full body stretch. Good. Lengthening out. Hold it here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Now, step your right leg in between your hands. So you're going to take a big, huge step forward and take your foot in between your hands. Okay? So here, I'd like you to drop your back knee to the floor and let your foot rest on the floor. Your front foot heel should be underneath the knee. So there should be a nice straight line between your knee and your heel. Just hold it here for a second. We're not going to rush. You take it nice and slowly. So if it takes you time to get into the position, you have time to get there. I don't want anyone to feel rushed. And if you're already here, you can just let your body start to sink into the stretch, relax into the position. So here we're creating a stretch between your knee and your hip on the left. You all have the right leg forward. The left leg is getting stretched, the quadricep muscle. Bring your hands, if you can, onto the knee of your front knee. Good. Let your shoulders drop down and let your body lunge into the stretch. Again, if you need more padding underneath the knee, double them out or triple them out over so you get a little extra padding there. Okay, so holding that stretch. Now, if you're comfortable here, stay here. If you want to push it a little bit further, same arm, same leg that's back, lift up and take that arm. So you're circling the arm all the way up over the head, reaching back, reaching back, reaching back. Now, if you want to increase the stretch just a little bit more, open the chest toward your stretching side. So you're just creating a bigger stretch into the waist now. So I'm just twisting around very slightly, getting a big stretch from my knee all the way up into the waist. And release the hand back down. Come back down to the resting on top of your thigh. With your head extended, your spine is long. Now, you're going to very slowly walk your hands back so your front leg is extended out in front of you. Okay? Trying to lengthen through your spine. I keep saying in the week classes, we need to have a long spine when we're stretching. As soon as we round the back, we shorten the stretch. Even though the spine isn't necessarily where we're targeting the stretch, we are shortening. By shortening the spine, we shorten the area in which we're stretching because of the insertion of the muscle, where the muscle starts from, which is around the hip right now. Okay, so your foot's flexed, your right leg should be extended out in front of you. Stretch from the heel all the way up through toward the buttocks, into the hamstrings and up into the buttocks. Very slightly into the buttocks, that's just where the muscle starts. Okay. Now, I want you to take hold of your toes. If you can, just ease your toes back slightly. If that's too much, just keep your hands on the floor, holding your balance, and flex your foot. So the stretch is coming into the calf muscle. Okay, so you can either pull the toes back or just flex your foot. Now, very slightly turn your toes out to the right side. So right leg, toes are turning out to the right. You should feel the stretch changing position slightly into your inner thigh. That's it. Hold that stretch. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now, very slightly tilt your toes in. Okay, so the foot's very slightly turning in. And now you should feel the stretch changing position to the more of the outer side of the hamstring muscles. You can keep pressure on the toes with your hand if you wish, or you can just keep the foot flexed, hands to the side. So hold it, and now release it. Good. Bring even weight between your foot and your knee. Hands come further forward and bring that leg all the way back. So your knees are now in line again. Lift up into your down. Hold it here for a second. Let's have everybody take their time to get into the position. Push your palms into the floor. Try and push your heels down to the floor. Now take a big, huge step with your left leg in between your hands. Left leg. Drop your right knee to the floor. Good. And just hold it here. We're going to let the right foot rest, the back of the foot rest on the floor, on the mat. Good. Hold that position. And now, if we're all there, I want you to slowly feel a dropping of the hip into the floor. So your right should be dropping down toward the floor. Chest is long. Your front foot is in line with the knee and or the heel and the knee are directly in line with each other. Good, looking out in front. Now, if you want to intensify the stretch a little, you can bring your hands onto the knee, drop the hip down, getting a deeper stretch into this the hip flexor area. So quadricep and hip flexor. And again, if you want to make it a little bit deeper still, you can take same arm, same leg, all the way up. So you're reaching the right arm up to the ceiling, creating a little bit of an arch if you want. Otherwise, just stay where you are. Okay, stretch it up. And then if you want to go a little bit further still, rotate your body so you're looking toward the right side. So just opening up this whole area, getting a deeper stretch into the waist, into the thigh, into the hip. If you want, otherwise just stay with your hands and your knees. Okay, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then release. Everybody bring your hands down to the floor, resting your chest on your thigh. Tuck your toes underneath your foot and then lunge back. Okay, so we're lunging back, creating now a stretch into the calf muscle and the hamstring of your left leg. Your toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Good, now the lengthening through the spine. Trying to straighten out the knee as much as you can. Pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. Pushing the back of the knee down toward the floor. If you want to increase that stretch, you can place your hands on your toes and ease them back slightly. Getting a deeper stretch into the hamstring muscles. Good. Hold it there. Nice and deep. And slowly, don't jerk anything. Make it very slow so the body has time to relax into the stretches. Okay? Now, turn your toes out slightly. So my toes are turning out to the left side, feeling the stretch coming into the inner thigh area of the extended leg. I'm still pulling back on my toes, but you can have your hands either side of your leg. And now I'm turning my toes in. My foot still in flex, and I'm turning the toes into the center line. That's good. Another interesting note is that when you're stretching, it's also very important, or if you're, or just in day-to-day life, to keep your body flexible, keep your body hydrated. Very, very important, especially now as we're in the summer months. Keeping the body hydrated is very important to just enabling the muscles to have flexibility. So in other words, naturally, if you're hydrated, your body will be able to have, it has a little bit more elasticity. You can come deeper into stretches. Okay, now bringing the weight even between your knee and your foot. Take the leg out behind you so your both knees are on the floor. Come up into the down dog position. Pushing the hips up to the ceiling, lifting up all the way up onto the hands and feet. So you're in your down dog, dropping the head down, relaxing the neck. Now, in this position, just nod your head for yes. Give it a little nod. Shake the head for no. Nod the head for yes. We're not going to stay here for too much longer. Shake the head for no. And then relax onto your knees. Come into a seated position, please. So you're sitting up nice and tall. Good. Now, extend your legs out in front of you. Let me adjust the computer position. There we go. Okay. Extending your legs out in front. Sitting up nice and tall, long spine. I want you to, again, lift your hands over your head. So you're inhaling, arms up over the head. Exhaling, reaching forward, lengthening forward. So from side-on position, my spine is long and I'm reaching out in front. You may meet your shins, you may meet your knees, you may meet your shins, you may meet your ankles or your toes. Wherever you are, try it and keep the spine long. Now, as we go into these stretches, you're going to find that you're going to get a little bit deeper in. So I want you again, inhale, arms up, over the head, sit tall. Inhale, all the way up, reach it up, reach it up, reach it up. Exhale, come forward, looking past your toes. Shoulders are relaxed. Exhale and relax. Breathe normally. You may feel already you've got a little bit deeper into the stretch. If you need to adjust your buttocks, do so. Move your legs if you want to. And again, inhale, come all the way up, reach the arms up over the head. And then exhale, stretch it forward, lengthen forward, reaching, 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 all the way out in front. Good. So again, you may have found you've gone a little bit deeper still into the stretch. And that's it. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep looking forward. That will help you to keep the spine long. Okay, we will let the spine relax in a second. So hold it here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now, again, come all the way up. Inhale. We're going to change the stretch slightly. Inhale up. Now, I want you to take your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Your left arm is coming to the floor behind you. Okay, so with your back hand, you're going to push forward. With your right hand on the left leg, you're going to pull. And I want you to look towards your back hand. Okay, feel that stretch, the twist in the body. Use the back hand to push you into the stretch. And then sit tall. Arms up over the head. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come down. You're going to take the right hand behind you. Your left hand is coming to the outside of the right leg. Push yourselves down into the stretch. Reach yourselves. Lengthen. Looking towards your back hand. Good. Stretch it. Twist it. Wiggle it. Move where you feel the body wants to go. You may need to back off. You may want to go deeper. Listen to your body and go with it. This isn't about going into a position and stopping. It's going into the position and finding your way into it, whether it be deeper or like I say, backing off a little bit. And then release it. Roll it up. Good. Now, take your right leg over the left leg and place it on the floor. Okay. First of all, hug that knee into your body. So sitting up nice and tall with your spine, hug the leg into the body. Inhale. Exhale, hug it even tighter. Tighter. As you breathe it out, breathing out, breathing out. Good. And release it. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, hug the leg into the body. And inhale, release. Now you're going to take your left elbow up, or left arm into the air, and then bring the left elbow over the right knee. Your right hand is coming again behind you. Give you a little push and stretch or twist into the stretch. Okay, so ease off just a little bit, stay in that stretch. Inhale, and now exhale, push into the stretch. So you're going to twist by pushing the elbow against the knee and pushing up with the hand, the right hand behind you, to get you tall and twisted into the stretch. And release it. Come back to center. Leave the legs where they are and just twist around to the other side. So we're counter stretching. And come back to the center. Okay, change legs. Bring the left leg over the right. Hug the knee. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale. Just hug it in nice and tight. And again, inhale. And exhale, hug that leg in. Hug it, love it, hug it, love it, love it, hug it. And release. Now, inhale, take your right arm up over the head. And exhale, lower the elbow onto the knee or onto the thigh and twist around. So I'm taking my left hand behind my right elbow on the thigh. Inhale. And exhale, push against the thigh and push against the floor. So you're lifting tall and twisting around into the stretch. All at the same time. Twist, 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 twist. And release it. Come back to center. Lengthen the legs along the floor. Bring the soles of your feet together. Okay. So this time we are going to let the spine relax just for a second. Okay, so what I want you to do is the soles of your feet are together, your knees are out to the side, your knees may be up, your knees may be down, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. I want you to interlace your fingers underneath your feet. Okay, so you're having a nice, you're not grabbing onto your feet. We have a lot of very small bones in our feet. And if we start kind of wrenching on them, we may cause an issue. So I want you to interlace your fingers, cradle your feet in your hands, and then round your back. Just let your back relax. Just let your head drop forward. Let your hips roll back slightly so your back is slightly rounded in this position. Now, inhale, sit tall. Keep holding on to the legs. Exhale, round. Let everything kind of drop. Your shoulders drop forward. Your chin drops toward the chest. Your hips tilt forward. Inhale. Sitting up tall. Sitting, moving your hips so you're sitting more on your sits bones. You're lengthening up as much as you can against your feet. And then exhale, round the back. Let it all fall down. Good. Now, take your hands behind your back. So keep your feet together if you can, and take your hands behind your back. So you're making like little cups with your hands. Your fingers are down, your fingers and thumb are down into the, pushing down into the floor, and you're pushing up with your spine, lengthening the crown of the head to the ceiling, pushing the soles of your feet together, allowing the knees to drop down as low as they're going to go. Okay, hold that stretch. If you can, push your groin closer towards your heels. Okay, if you can, you may not be able to, it may not make any sense to you whatsoever. But if it does, go with it. All right, so I'm pushing my fingers into my hands. My hips feel like they can go closer toward my heels. And so I'm just kind of edging myself slowly closer to my feet. Hold that stretch. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And release it. Bring your hands back, hold on to your ankles. Let your feet open up slightly before we go into the next stretch. So the next stretch, you're going to place your right leg in front of you in line. I'm placing mine in line with the edge of my mat. Okay. Now, this may be a very difficult stretch for some of you, but bear with me. I'm going to give you some options. So I'm going to do the hardest and then we'll go backwards. So my shin is in line with the front of my mat. I'm taking my other leg and resting my ankle on top of my knee, and my knee is ideally coming down on top of my ankle. Okay, if this is all, then let the leg rest on the floor. So you have your shins basically crossed in front of you. If this is impossible, you can take your ankles even further forward or keep your feet together with so you have a diamond shape. Okay, so this would be your easiest position. Stretch, we just turn around. Where we're trying to stretch here is right into the sacroiliac joint. Okay, so if we get sciatica or pain coming down the legs, it's just tightness in here and the nerves are getting compressed. So if we open up this joint by stretching, it allows flow through the nerves, okay? So this is the area we're trying to get into. So little by little, through these Saturday stretches, you'll be able to come deeper into the stretch. So recap, you either have your ankle, so left ankle on top of right knee, left knee on top of right ankle, okay, in line with the front of your mat, or crossed shins, or diamond-shaped legs, okay? So find your position, whichever one you feel most comfortable in. And so if you have your ankle over knee, knee over ankle, you should have a triangle in between your legs, okay? So wherever you are, I want you to walk your hands forward, okay? Walking your hands out in front of you. You may find it's easier with your hands to the side, and so therefore you're just going to lower your chest down toward the floor, okay? With your hands in front, you get a little bit more support and protection for the back, okay? So you have your options. Slowly take yourself down into the stretch, slowly, slowly. Now, if all of those do feel, if going forward feels difficult for you, you can push yourselves up with your fingers behind you and forward, okay? So from the side on, I'm pushing my hands up behind and then leaning forward, okay? To get a bit of a kind of an oomph into the stretch, all right? And you should feel a little bit of a pulling in this sacroiliac joint area, which is in the right, coming down, lower back, down into the hips. Okay? So hold it wherever you feel comfortable. And then walk it back, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. Release the legs. Just let your legs come out in front, lean back on your hands, shake out the legs on the floor. Shake, 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 before we come to the other side. And then we're going to lie down to do the last 10 minutes on our back. Okay, so now we have left foot, left leg, shin, running along in line with the front of the mat. The right leg is coming on top. Okay, you may find that one side is more flexible than the other. Here on this side, my knee is much closer. It's kind of lying directly on top of the ankle. You may find that one side absolutely doesn't go that way, but the other side is much more comfortable into the stretch. So you're just going to find your way, find your way, find your way. Remember, you can take your feet forward into your feet. The soles of your feet are together. You can have your shins crossed. You can take your hands behind you to push yourselves forward into the stretch, or you can walk your hands out in front. Okay, slowly take yourselves into the stretch. It can be very, very intense, this one. So just slowly find your way. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Just let everything relax. Breathe into it. So take some deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling, allowing the body to relax. The weight of the body, the weight of the upper parts of the body will also take you deeper into the stretch as you breathe. Inhale and exhale, come deep into it. That's good. Just enable the body to relax and sink down in whichever position you're in. If you feel like you need to come out, it's too much, then come out and just sit and shake out your legs. Okay, everybody walk it up, sitting tall, take the legs out in front and shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Good. Okay, from there, bring yourselves now down onto your back. So sitting on your mat, take your hands behind the back of your knees and slowly roll down, vertebra by vertebra by vertebra to the mat. Now, I may recommend, depending on what kind of flooring you're doing your stretches on, you may need to put, the next time, a couple of mats. If you have a hard floor, put a couple of mats underneath you, or a couple of mats and a couple of towels, just so you're comfortable, so you're really, really comfy. I'm not going to, well, not right now, I'm not going to talk about doing bolsters and cushions and things like that. As I say, I'm not a yoga teacher. I don't want to go into an area that I'm not completely clear on, okay? So we're just going to do using our own, using the floor, and we may use straps later on just to help us get deeper into the stretches, but not today. Okay, so from here, your feet are flat on the floor, your knees are bent. My arms are resting by my side for a moment. I want you to put your right ankle over your left knee, okay? Right ankle over left knee. Now, pull the left knee down to the floor with that heel. Take your arms and extend them behind your head along the floor, if it's comfortable. If not, just find a position where your elbows and your shoulders and your head can feel relaxed on the floor. Your arms may be more out to the side, lengthened out to the side, or you may take them back to the side of your body, wherever it feels comfortable. Ideally, extended behind the head, because then we get a deeper stretch or a longer stretch through the body. So we're not just stretching hip and lower back, we bring the stretch more into the upper body, arms, and maybe even into the fingers. Okay, so feel that stretch. Let the body relax into it. So the weight of the right leg over the left knee is taking you deep into the stretch. Again, inhale. Exhale. And just let your body relax. Okay, now keeping the legs exactly where they are, bring them up toward the ceiling again. So now my left foot is flat on the floor, my right ankle is still over the knee. I'm going to take my left hand onto the right knee and ease the legs down to the left side. Try to keep your shoulders on the floor. You may feel that you're rolling away from the floor slightly with the upper body. Try to keep them in with the arm extended out behind the head. It will give you that extra bit of weight to try and keep the shoulder down. But if it doesn't feel comfortable, then just find the position that feels comfortable for you. Stretches are really wonderful for any lower back tightness, sciatic issues, which also can lead to knee discomfort. Good. Now, bring the legs back up to center, still with the same crisscross. We still have right ankle over left knee. I want you now to take your fingers and hold on to the thigh of your left leg. One hand comes in the hole between the right and the left leg, and the other hand, the left hand is coming to the outside of the thigh, and you're pulling in. Getting a nice deep stretch into your buttock hip area. Head should be relaxed on the floor, shoulders should be relaxed, spine can kind of finally rest and relax, sink into the floor. Now we're going to do 3 different positions here, if you can. So this is the first position with the ankle up near the knee. Now I want you to slide the ankle and heel down to mid-thigh position. So I was up, ankle on top of knee. Now I'm sliding down to mid-thigh and pulling in. Deepen the stretch into the buttock area. Slide, if you feel comfortable enough to do so, slide your heel even closer to the hip, okay, on the left leg. You may now need to hold on with both hands on the top of the knee, just because of the position of the shin, to get you nice and deep into the stretch. And release it. Okay, we're going to do exactly the same now to the other side. So now I'm releasing the stretch and taking the left leg over the right knee. Okay, my arms are going to extend behind my head, and I'm going to pull my leg down with the heel down the left side of my body. So the weight of my leg is creating the stretch into my waist, hip, maybe even lower back area. And again, you may feel that one side is far easier to go into the stretch than the other, and or one side is a lot tighter than the other. Take some deep breaths to relax. Now bring it up. Take your right hand onto your left knee and pull everything down to the right side. So the weight of the hand now is assisting into the stretch. Try and keep your shoulders on the floor. Keep looking up to the ceiling. Doing a nice deep stretch all the way through the back. Hip, outer thigh area maybe. Now bring the knees up. So you're still in that same crisscross position. We're going to do the 3 different positions to stretch into the buttock, and then we will be finished. So we're running a little bit over, but we're almost there. So now, lifting up the leg, holding onto the back of the thigh, one hand through the hole in the middle and the other hand onto the outer thigh, outside of the thigh. Pull the legs in towards you with the left ankle on the right knee. And then to increase that stretch, slide the leg down. So you're coming to mid-thigh area with the left foot. Pull in, so you're intensifying the stretch. And then one more time, slide the leg all the way down to the hip area, close to the hip, so heels close to the hip, if you can get it there. And then move your hands to the top of the knee, just to give a little bit of pressure into that stretch. You may not even get there, you may be still at the first position. Wherever your body wants to go, it's not a competition. We're working with our own bodies, in your own space, in your own mind. Go to where you feel comfortable. You have permission. Not like the rest of the week where you have to work harder, harder, harder. Okay, now ease it off. And then I want you to bring your knees over, both knees over to the right side of the body, so you're lying on your right side. Just hold it there for a second. Now roll over onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes underneath your feet. We're lifting up again into the down dog position. Lifting up with the legs, pushing the heels to the floor. Last little stretch with the calf muscles. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Walk your feet towards your hands. I don't mind which way you go. Then just let your head relax. Let your arms relax. Shake your head. Nod your head. Shake. Nod. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly roll it up. Bending your knees. Coming up really slowly. You may feel a little lightheaded when you get to the top. So just slowly roll it up. Find your position. That's it. Good. And then take an inhalation all the way up. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And shake it out. Shake out the legs. Shake out the hands. Woo! Wake up the body. Well done. Very good, everybody. Very, very good. Welcome to the weekend. Now you have R&R until the next day.
That was
Until
wonderful.
Tuesday.
So thanks.